contract extension candidates, 10 players who could ink new deals, plus predictions of what they get. Mike Exisa on CBSSports.com wrote the article. I'm actually going to list all of the players. I'm just going to go down the line on names, and then let's at least get to one from each of you, okay? So here's his top 10. Junior Caminero, Garrett Crochet, Brendan Donovan, Logan Gilbert, Vladdy Jr. Oops, I just clicked out. There's your 5. Hold on. Let me get a few more in here. 6 is Michael King, Stephen Kwan, Adley Rutschman, number 9, Tarek Skubal, and 10, Kyle Tucker. I don't know if they're ranked, so don't quote me on that part, but those are the 10. AJ, who do you think really should work out a deal? And I'm saying who, like on the ownership side and the player side.
Well, to me, 2 stand out on there. One is Vlad, because the Blue Jays just need to sign him for goodwill with their fans, without a doubt. And the other one is Skubal, because the Tigers need Skubal more than Skubal needs the Tigers for me. I think because Skubal, if he hits the free agent market, if he has another healthy year or two, is going to just be ridiculous. So if you're the Tigers, you got to go sign him now while you still have a chance. And for the Blue Jays, they should have already had this done. I just think that the Blue Jays need something good to happen to them, and this would get the fans back excited that, hey, the Blue Jays really are going after it. I know they have a high payroll, but they haven't won anything. They haven't done really well. They're in a tough division, so they need to show their fans, hey, we're trying, and we're going to build around Vladdy Jr.
I'm going to go two also, but I'm going to go one from a team side, Junior Caminero. Junior Caminero hasn't lit up the world in the big leagues. And to me, this is from the team side, this is the time to buy low. Buy low. He may want more if he has an all-star first half, since you're going to be giving him every day at bats. So buy low. Get this extension done. From a player side, the Red Sox and Garrett Crochet. Garrett Crochet is holding all the chips. He is going to a team that did not extend their superstar, has one superstar, and Devers playing third base. His stock will never be higher. If he does the exact same thing he did last year, it will be the exact same. To me, he signs an extension now, maybe buys up a year of his free agency, and it allows him to have some certainty and pitch in a city that can be tough. If you don't do well, there's a lot of pressure on him. To me, Boston will want to do it, and I think Crochet will get the most money out of it.
Okay, so here's the next layer of this game. I actually want to pick some of your extension candidates and throw the analysis out there from this article. So let's start with Crochet, because you don't know how he is going to be in a bigger pressurized environment, right? The White Sox, only had a few people at the games last year, and they were happy to just be within 5 runs. And also Crochet, of course, has had injuries in his career, now transitions to starters. So he's a unique case. And obviously he's going to want to be paid like an ace, which is what he looked like when he was on the mound to start games last year. So they threw out a 6-year extension that pays him $10 million in 2026. That's his final arbitration year. So that lines up for next year. And then $25 million per season from 2027 to 2031. So that would get him a total of $135 million. They said add in a signing bonus and the buyout of an option year. So I guess one extra year on top of that. And they could push the guaranteed money to $150 million. A reference point could be Pablo Lopez, 4 years, $73.5 million extension when he was at the same service time level as Crochet. And we're tacking on 2 years, $60 million on top of that. Do you like that deal for both sides, AJ?
Yeah. I think Crochet is going to want to say, hey, I've already been hurt once and I want to go farther into it. But yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it from both sides, but I think he's going to want to wait now.
I can see why he would want to wait. To me, I don't want more than 5 years if I'm Crochet. I don't want more than 5 years, even with the options. So if you want to have 2-year options, give me 3 with 2 years options so that I can go. Not saying he's going to get hurt during this time, saying he's going to have 5 years and he's going to be hitting the free agent market at 30. we forget that he's 25 years, almost 26 years old. 5 years, he can still get a huge free agent contract, 5-6 years in that what guys are getting right now. And to me, that 5 year gives him some stability, but it also gives him, an opportunity to be in one place for a little while.
Yeah, I'm grabbing that deal. You're right. You can get another big deal. Teams will give big money to aces in their 30s. And if he does stay healthy, then you are proving that maybe you'd had less mileage on your arm heading into your 30s.
Yep.
If you don't stay healthy, then you probably should have taken the extension and not gotten to free agency because there could be a problem there. So I actually think this one makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. The other thing for me, when Crouch was talking about Caminero, I don't think it's going to happen because the Rays were scared off by Wander. Not saying they're the same person, but the Rays finally did it. They finally went big with their superstar guy they thought they had in Wander Franco, and we haven't seen him in years, and obviously he's having some legal problems. So I think that's the one for me. Some of these other names that we look at, Brendan Donovan, the Cardinals aren't really in that mode right now. Logan Gilbert, the Mariners don't have any money. They keep telling us that. So, yeah, would that be a nice deal for Crochet? Yes, but I think, he threw all his chips on the table when he said he wouldn't be traded last year unless he was signed to an extension. I think he wants to just play it out. I think he feels good. I think he feels like he can be healthy, and I think he's willing to take a bet on himself.
Let me run through Caminero real quick. They said largest contract given to a player with less than 1 full year of service time. Julio Rodriguez, 12 years, $210 million. But that was August of his rookie season after being an all-star and was on his way to rookie of the year. So Caminero hasn't put that together yet. If we're doing this now, they said a more appropriate comp would be Corbin Carroll, 8 years, $111 million. Do you think Caminero takes that? They said 120 to adjust for inflation and 8 years. Yeah, that gets you the comp of the 111. You guys think he takes that?
I do. He's 21. He's still hitting free agency before he's 30. It's a big number. That number 30. If he's getting in 6 figures, if he's getting 6 figures, 9 figures. If he's getting 100 million plus, I think he takes it.
What are you saying? What are you telling your client?
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling your client if he's 21 years old to take 9 figures. You have to. I mean, if they come to you, he can. But I would like, here's what I would like him to do. Get 9 figures, get that, but have an opt-out somewhere in there after 6 years or 7 years. So let the club get their year or two of free agency, then he can hit free agency again at 27 or 28 years old, right? And then you can try to cash in again. I think that the club might not go for it, but that's what I would be shooting for if I was his agent.
What if the club says, no, you get the Carroll comp plus inflation, take it or leave it. We love you to death, but if you want to play games with us, we'll wait.
I mean, I think he takes it.
Okay.
I just don't think the Rays will do it. I think the Rays are a little scared right now.
Okay. I think that's a good call. I mean, and they're also figuring out their ballpark situation. One more. Let's finish big.
We'd offer him that in Orlando.
That's true. There's more money and more tourism money there. I agree with you. Most of the other names on this list are not very realistic for me, especially even Kyle Tucker. I mean, he's a year away from free agency. I don't think the Cubs
he's
are going
definitely
to
not.
everyone. No. Okay, but let's finish with Vladdy here and the comp that they put out there, because they alluded to how in December they said the offer was $340. And his camp was like, yeah, not even close. So they said 13-year deal starting in 2026, $45 million a year, $585 million. And I guess they said, given the leverage that Vladdy has over the Jays, it could even get you 14 years, close to $50 million per year.
I mean, I love the numbers for Vladdy, but I'm wow. I mean, all I have to say, I don't know what the number is, but I know it has to be a record. If you're signing Vladdy as an organization and as the player that he is, the age that he is, it has to be a record. And you have to blow the record away, not for your team, for all of baseball. has to be the biggest extension ever given out. So that's where it starts. And 340 ain't it. Sorry, he's got to get more. It makes a huge impact. It makes a huge impact in the free agents that they'll get and their fan base, showing that we might not have a lot in the pipeline coming through, but we still want to win with our superstar.
He's not getting 14,700, but I think 45 a year to get you to 585 is a number that he takes. AJ, I think he's got to be in the mid 500s to say nope. I'll take it.
I think you're right, but I mean, we also first basemen don't get paid the way other positions do. So that's the other problem he runs into. Is I know he's a better player than Pete Alonso. He's got better things, but first basemen typically don't get played. It's been outfielders, shortstops, and starting pitchers that have been the ones that have gotten paid. So first baseman, I don't know. I mean, listen, I hope he gets every dollar, but I just don't know that I don't know that the Blue Jays are willing to go to the number that's going to get it done. But they need to, for the organization and for the fans there to have something to look forward to for the next 10 years.
I don't think
what if he wins MVP?
Well, then they're in real trouble.
It's too late.
Yeah,
it's too late.
At that point. Yeah. If they don't give him something that's in the fives, he's going to free agency, because I do think another team will play ball at that rate. Just based on the star appeal, the age, the bat, they're going to say, hey, Soto's an outfielder, but you're not getting him for his glove. Some reports already say Boston loves him and they're just waiting for him. I think the Yankees would be involved. I think there'll be enough teams involved. Not many, but 3 or 4 that would be involved. Okay. Obviously, Toronto would still be trying to keep him too, and then they would have the pressure. I mean, Washington should. It would be such a good fit for them. They need a first baseman, but a long-term first baseman. Anyway, all right, let's get back
for their own superstars.
Who? The Nats?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they could do that now
and
sign them for much less. Yeah, you could do both. Okay, fine.